England and Australia played out another belter of a day's Test cricket in Perth as they both fight tooth and nail for the knockout blow that will determine the fate of this series. Australia will feel happy about their lot on 203-3, with their best batsman Steve Smith still there on 92 not out, but England have still got 200 runs to play with and a second new ball not too far away. A maiden Ashes 100 for Jonny Bairstow was a highlight for England, but their collapse from 368-4 to 403 all out was a far too familiar tale of batting woe. With the ball, England have been workmanlike, but Australia's less fluent batsmen have been made to put in a shift too. The visitors will be rueing 3 dropped catches though. Here are 5 things cricket correspondent Dean Wilson learned at the Waka. Hot on the heels of Dawood Malan's first Test 100 came Jonny Bairstow's first against Australia, and with it came the growing belief that the keeper batsman is a better bet for Test match hundreds than all bar Joe Root. He built on his 75 not out with great skill and adventure with a flurry of boundaries after he had got himself back in with a few sighters. He has a unique style based on a forward-pointing front foot and a high back lift, and it is proving mightily effective. His headbutt celebration on reaching his ton was a perfectly judged light-hearted moment too. He was moved up to 6 here, but there is a case for him to be promoted even higher. He won't want to give up the gloves of course, but just like Kumar Sangakkara and Brendan McCullum in the second half of their careers, maybe England just need him to bat and bat, he's that good. During the last couple of years of his captaincy, Alistair Cook called his team the most consistently inconsistent team in the world. They burned brightly one week and plumbed the depths the next. Not a lot has changed in that regard, but one feature that has always been there, even in the good weeks, was their propensity to collapse. There have been 4 collapses in 5 innings now on this tour, and today's final 6 wickets falling for 35 runs was absolutely typical of recent history. It is perhaps too much to ask too much of Stuart Broad and James Anderson, but Moeen Ali, Chris Woakes and Craig Overton's only thoughts when they arrived in the middle should have been to keep Jonny Bairstow company for as long as possible. Their failure to do so means a door has been left open for Australia. England's swift first innings demise was not all about their own errors, rather the ability of Australia's pace attack to slice through a tail like a knife through jelly. Their key weapon is Mitchell Starc, who can generate real pace at any stage, and his 491 came courtesy of 2 late wickets as England folded. He has earned the nickname Mop because of his ability to mop up the tail, and it is a wonderful asset to have when it appears like the opposition have got the upper hand like England did here. It also places a huge amount of extra pressure on the batsmen who are less confident about getting extra runs to turn a good score into a match-winning one. The sight of Moeen Ali departing after just 2 balls took the wind out of England's sails when their supporters would have hoped to see him fly. Moeen's ability to fire England to bigger and better scores coming in down the order has been negated by the quality of Australia's attack, but this was the time for him to shine. It is a great batting pitch and a tough one for finger spinners, as Nathan Lyon found out. With Moeen struggling with the ball, he had to make it count with the bat and missed out in a big way. He is far too talented and experienced now to leave Australia without making a proper impact. There is still time in this game. The most important thing about being a Test match bowler is being able to get good players out. It doesn't really matter how you do it, you just have to find a way, and in Craig Overton's case he seems to have developed a knack of getting good players out. In Adelaide it was Steve Smith, and here in Perth it was David Warner, who was undone by a bit of nip from the Somerset man to be caught behind. He followed it up by removing Cameron Bancroft to put a spring in England's step, and on a flat pitch in the heat that is a big tick in any bowler's box. He doesn't look as threatening as a Mitchell Starc or a Pat Cummins, but he is proving to be quite effective.